What's up, Quarter Pounders? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Wave Potter, and today I have another instant request from one of my awesome patrons, Rahim. Rahim, thank you so much for all your support in the past. I really appreciate your comments and that you're willing to support me on Patreon. Today, I'm watching Pisces by JINJER. This is a live session studio performance, so I'm really excited to see this. Never heard of this band, but it looks like it's really high quality, so I'm excited to check it out. So if you're excited to see this, be sure to pound that like button, subscribe and ring that buddy bell, and let's just jump into this. If this is your first time here, I started playing drums when I was 2 years old. I went on to become a multi-instrumentalist and play in many bands. Now, I like to make one-man band covers on YouTube and watch other bands react, analyze, and break it down.
Break it down.
Okay, this is a cool time signature. It's like either 7/8, 7/4, or like 3/4, then 4/4. It's very interesting structure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. So cool. Oh, 3/4 now. 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I love changing time signatures. Also, really cool guitar intro, because you don't expect a guitar intro to be playing in some weird time signature when the song starts. So, really cool fake out there. She has a really cool voice. This has an interesting feel to it because it's like 8 notes. It's basically 4/4, but the way it's accented, it sounds more like a 3/4 and then a 5/4. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What in the heck? That's coming out of her? That's insane. So much happening here. Those riffs, the instrumentation is so cool. But what in the world? Her screams are so powerful. And I don't watch a lot of screaming musicians on this channel, but one of my best friends growing up was a screamer. And man, that takes so much technique to not thrash your voice. Screamers, they deserve so much more credit than a lot of people give them, just writing it off as, oh, this angry, talentless music. No, it takes a lot of skill to have a controlled scream like that and to be able to sing afterwards. A lot of people think they can scream and they end up destroying their voice. So I'm so impressed with this. I can't do it. I don't know much about how it works or how to do it. My friend tried to teach me and I just couldn't do it. But really cool, really impressive being able to switch between singing and screaming. She's got such a full-bodied scream too. And I love this instrumentation too. The way the guitar is playing single note riffs instead of, just striking power chords. I love that sound. Love the way the drums and guitar are in unison for it. This guitar has amazing tone. So full, and yet it's not like muddy or anything. It's just perfect tone. Fascinating time signature changes. Ooh, tapping bass. That's a really cool drum pattern. The ghost notes alternating. And back to singing. wow, these guys are cool. They have a really cool balance between like progressive time signature changes, but still being simple enough to grasp what's happening. Such smooth time signature transitions. Whoa, that was wild. These time signatures are blowing my mind. It was like a 3, then a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5, and then a 4. At least that's how I counted it. I mean, stuff like this can be counted in whatever way works for the musicians playing it, but just based on the feel and how I heard it, it felt like a 3, 5, 3, 5, and then a 4. And when I say those numbers, I mean that's how many notes I was counting in a measure. So very cool, engaging composition. Or it could just be an 8 and a 4. But based on the feel, you know, that makes it easier to count if you go based on the feel and where the accent lands than if you just count straight through 8. 4. One. What in the world? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. See what I mean? Oh, that was a cool riff. Very nice scale. Such a cool change up here with this new riff. The bass guitar unison there with that walk up. Oh, they didn't. Oh, right there. That's cool. That sounds so good. See, unison doesn't just have to be between drums on another instrument. It sounds just as cool with bass and guitar. It's two instruments unified to accentuate each other, make it sound even more powerful. I love that sound. That's why I love this octave pedal, which got crushed somehow when we were moving. But anyway, it creates that same kind of nice sound because you have your dry signal. You can adjust the volume of the 1 octave lower or the 1 octave higher and create that nice thick sound that you would get from unison. Love it. It's a really cool band. And it's just these 3 musicians and a singer. They sound so big for just 3 instruments and a singer. Oh. Those riffs are so good, so tight. What I love about this is so far what I've seen, it's not wildly insane shredder unattainable riffs, like just from what I've seen so far, and it's not over, but I feel like I could probably play most of this stuff if I put in enough practice. It's not about showing off these wild insane shredding skills. It's more playing something really interesting that's within simple abilities, but because they're so experimental on the guitar and everything, it just sounds so cool, so progressive, even if it's not insanely hard to play. That's a cool balance to have because it doesn't discourage mid-level musicians like me, but it's inspiring. Like, hey, I could do something like this, you know? That was a nice quad roll. Quad stroke. awesome, powerful 4/4 ending. Wow, that double kick lead in to that final snare outro was so tight, so cool. Wow, that was amazing. I don't know how this video will be received. I don't know what kind of audience they have on YouTube, but dang, I would love to do a deep dive breakdown into this. Wow. Okay, Napalm Records. What? 51 million views? That's pretty cool. Maybe some people will watch this. I hope that that people enjoy this video, because this is definitely a band I can relate to, like trying to make really interesting sounding music. My whole 2016 album that's not publicly available anymore because I didn't know how to mix music back then, but it was kind of this style where it can be played by a mid-level musician like me, but it's interesting through, well, at least that's how I tried to write it, is to be interesting like this and attainable for people like me to play. So I can relate so much to this music. Obviously, they did a way better job than I did back then, had way better production, and they're an actual band, not just one guy with a computer and different instruments. But wow, I love this style. This is the kind of music that I aspire to make, that nice mix between progressive and really interesting and still feeling kind of poppy at times to draw in a bigger audience. So really cool stuff. I can't believe I've never heard of Jinjer. I say this all the time and it's embarrassing, but the fact that this has 51 million views, almost 52 million views, and I've never heard of it before, that's a real disgrace to me. So anyway, thank you for watching this reaction. I'm excited to look into this band more in the future. If there's a positive response to this video, please let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more Jinjer. I mean, the best way to do that is pounding like if you want to see more of this, but comment below if you have ideas for other Jinjer videos I should look at. And if people enjoy these videos, maybe I'll do a deep dive into this someday, like I just did with the Akane video this week. I mean, those deep dive videos, that's what I truly want to do. I'm really passionate about dissecting these, picking them apart, but they're a lot of work. So I need to make sure people want to see that before I do it. Anyway, thank you for watching this. Again, this has been an instant request from one of my patrons, Raheem. Thank you, Raheem. I appreciate that. If you're interested in checking out my Patreon, there's always a link below. There's also a link to my website for making requests, where it's just a one-time thing. You don't have to have a monthly commitment. So that's always a good idea if you want to support the channel. But of course, just pounding that like button, subscribing, and ringing that buddy bell really helps a lot. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.